Ugh. Get some people in here to make sure my sound's working and everything, and then we'll get at it. It's fucking cold. What's supposed to go on until 11, but we popped in a few minutes early so I can get everything set up. As far as what's up, brother? Can you hear me? Hey, can y'all hear me? Like, let me know, please. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I want to get on here a little bit early. I know that they've been progressively getting later and later, so I just want to get on here a little bit early for you guys and stuff like that. So, kind of hugging this heater for a second, let my hands warm up. We are going to, here's one of the eggs I turned last night after the live. We're going to turn a couple of those out of some different materials. I got some sycamore, some poplar, some edamame, little cut-off piece I got here, piece of olive. And then for the big build today, we're going to take this fine-ass looking piece of maple burl here and this red grandis. I'm going to make a concave, almost like a hollow form, not really a hollow form, with the edamame lid. And what's up, Whittler? I ain't seen you in forever, brother. And I'm going to take the core that I'm going to take out of this burl chunk, and I'm going to do an inlay for the cap on this. I think that'll be a pretty cool build. So, hopefully, we get some pretty cool stuff going on here. What's up, Vince? Timber, what's up, man? Wilson. Oh, now they're starting to come in. All right, we're good. Yeah, it's colder than shit here in Southern Ohio. Like last night, it wasn't that bad. It was like 45 degrees, and I'd say right now, it's probably like 20-ish, maybe. Oh yeah, dude, I totally get it. So, I'll let you guys pick which one we turn first. Gonna get warmed up with these eggs. We got some sycamore, some edamame right here, some olive, and some poplar. Second from the left. This or this. Our lefts are flip-flop, man. One or two. This. All right, cool. Yeah. My dry spur in here. We're going to turn it around. Ow, damn it, Billy. In between centers, I'll move another camera mount over here for you guys. We're going to turn it around in between the centers. That way I don't waste any wood. That's really pretty olive wood. And then after that, we'll move it over to the chuck it up in the jaws, all that cool stuff. This entire live is sponsored by Got Wood LLC, so please go turn them out. They sent me some badass wood in this previous shipment. I mean, they always sent me some pretty badass wood, but this one's the shit. I got like all kinds of cool stuff in this one. And they weren't all round either. I mean, they're not a bunch of blanks. It gives me a little bit of a creative leeway to get wild with it. Vince, I got a gigantic ass wood burning stove to put in here. I just gotta get the time, man. And I gotta track down a smokestack for it. It's a buck stove, 2800. It's meant to heat like a 2200 square foot home. And I'm gonna put it in a 20 by 20 shop. So I think that I'll be okay. I got the stuff to run up the wall, the fireboard, the metal, and all that stuff like that. The bricks for the base on the platform. So I think we're good there. It's just I got to get the rest of the piping, and because we don't live in 1810 anymore, you tell some people you want some stuff for a wood burning stove, they kind of look at you like you got a nipple growing out of the center of your forehead. No, that's one of the reasons why I wanted a wood burning stove, is I could burn off all my waste wood, you know, save money on heating the place and everything like that. See what this is set at real quick. And I'll move the camera. Alright. Let's move you guys over here so you can get eyes on what the hell's going on now. Eat. Just don't burn resin shavings. Nah. I honestly, I'm not a super big fond of resin at all. I've said that many, many times. Like, it's beautiful, and I admire people that work with it. Like Ryan works with it a lot. Michael Wilson works with it a lot. Sprod, like the granddaddy of all resins, the godfather of resin work. He just makes it look like it's second nature to him. But I am not a super big resin fan. I like working with I don't know, I guess natural materials more. That's getting on my nerves already. There we go. You guys can see that. I'm not big on resin. It's nothing against people that work with it. Like, it's truly an art form. I don't have the patience for it, and too many variables that come into play. Like, as you can see, the weather down here is always shifting and changing, which is a gigantic pain in the ass. Turn on my Love Me lights here. Make it a little bit better for y'all so you can see the grain. How do you feel about resin? I just went through that. I'm not real fond of it, using it. I mean, it's cool, like I said, but not necessarily my cup of tea. All right, so we're going to turn this around, and then we're going to chuck it up. Maybe. Lower this down just a tad bit. This is olive wood. I've never turned olive before. Jeff and Moyop are right. It does smell beautiful. Stuff smells amazing. It does. They were right. And it cuts like butter. Do got a flat spot still in there, but that's no big deal. I'll move my rest in a little bit. Yeah, that's real likable. Cut a 10 on the other side of this. I love all the wood. Made a stir pot last year on the lathe. Great. Yeah, I am telling you right now, this is like I said, the first time I've ever turned olive wood. And damn, boys, damn, that is very nice. Got some crazy grain through it, but the texture of the wood itself when you're cutting it is phenomenal. So Jamie from Boondock Builds was asking about eggs the other night, and apparently his wife wanted to make a couple eggs or something like that, and then that got me going down the old wormhole, and I wound up on Tomislav's channel, and that guy is, let's face it, he's a badass. So gonna do a little bit of skew work on these, hopefully. And make some eggs. I'm gonna sleep hold up here a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. Lower it down a little bit. Damn it. I am beating that all to shit back, boys. Slide down. Better. Not a whole lot. Got tear out there and everything. Damn it, boys. Tomislav could knock one of these out in 2 minutes. I watched the video like 30, 40 times. Piece of dog shit. I almost feel like this this olive wood's got like a I don't know, like an oil to it or something, like more than just like regular oil. I don't know. It might just be like an oily wood. Which would totally be understandable because it's fucking olive wood, idiot. I think I still got tear out up in there. I do got a couple pieces. It's real, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. See what we got here. I do got a little bit of tear up there. Ah, damn it. Not my favoriteest. Not gonna lie. Down a little bit. That burnishes the wood. Can't really say anything about trolls being obsessed with butt plugs. I know, it's weird. Alright, so there's that one. And this poplar, we're going to try something else. That olive wood, and it's been like with other olive woods that I've picked up and tried out too, almost feels like it's wet, you know what I mean? Thank you, Heidi. Whoa. Okay. So, lock us down. We're going to give this one a little bit of a different approach. That took entirely too long for me. I want to be able to do that faster. stuff. There we go. Give me a second. think that needs a little bit of love with the poplar. It's got a little bit of tear out. Let's go ahead and hit that real quick. What's up, Shoot? Much better. Much better. Try this, we got enough there to turn another one, but we're going to move along to the sycamore here. Damn it, I dropped my dozen. Sycamore. I missed something here. Shoot, you didn't have to do that, man. I appreciate the hell out of it, but you didn't have to do that. What the hell is going on? Why is my shit frozen up here? Yeah. Let's get this tapered down, turn this one into an egg. Damn it. Okay. Uh, These are the ones we got so far. It's sycamore, poplar, ebony, and olive wood. Let me bring y'all up here so you can see the first one. So, poplar, sycamore, mascar ebony, and believe it or not, the most difficult one to turn was the olive wood. I didn't like turning that one that much. We got a piece of poplar and a piece of this, I think it's edame is how you pronounce it. I'm going to try it real quick, and then we're going to get into our bowl and get to bashing that out. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Bill. For years in the military, I worked nights. Oh, okay. Work nights. This one probably won't be that big of an egg. It's a smaller piece of edame, atome, however you pronounce it. But this stuff's usually got pretty cool grain to it. Usually a really pretty wood. Let me get you down here so you're not sitting on my big ass mug. Once again, all the wood used in today's live was provided by Gotwood LLC, also known as turningblanks.net. Use the code WHACKER for a discount. Even if you don't buy anything, stop over a window shop, let them know, let Brad know that came from here. Brad's good people. Make sure the lathe's fed. Takes real good care of us, so can't be thankful enough for him. Y'all ever been to a bakery and got all the smells and we're like, oh my God, that smells good, as you're just like walking by it? It's kind of the vibe that's going on right now with all these different woods being turned this fast in my shop. Like, it smells awesome, but I'm not real sure which smells which. Stupid close to 6,000 subscribers. So I think last night when I checked, I needed like 25 subscribers to hit the 6K mark. A little bit behind our goal for last year, but we'll still do it. Oh hell, that needs screwed in. Piece of shit, why'd you catch right there? Damn it. There we go. Finally got a good rolled edge. Go ahead and taper this just a little bit. Yeah, I need to get like a I need to get an actual sharpening setup. Shoots, I love the smell of sycamore, man. I don't know why. A lot of people say that it stinks, but man, I love it. I just want to be like Tomislav. Need to fix that. The object of this is to build an egg, not a ball. That's better. Dude, I like Padauk. I actually like the way Padauk smells. Love the way it looks. The only thing I don't like about it, man, is like, it's just messier than hell. Like if you work with Padauk, anyone you see within the next 2 or 3 days knows that you work with Padauk. Show what it look like. She needs a little bit of sanding. What's that? Edamame. And in case anyone's interested, I am in the lower range of speeds. I haven't quite took these to mock Jesus yet. So we got here. A little bit more, a little bit more. Damn Billy. You know what? Just because I haven't done it yet, I'm gonna put finish on one of these. Hell of it. Let me shake it for daddy, motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, a little discolored egg. All right, cool. Not nearly as eventful as I thought it was going to be. Let's get this heifer off here. There's the edame. Edamo, however you pronounce it. What we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take this last piece of, I don't know. We'll turn down this last piece of poplar and make it a half dozen. I got an idea for those later, but I want to get started on this maple bowl. So let's knock out this last piece real quick, and then we'll get into that burl. Okay. Damn it, Billy. There we go. Round this shit off real quick. That's getting annoying. I'm getting real tired of that bumping into that. There we go. Good. Yes. Flip this, re-chuck it up, get the other end round, all that cool stuff. That was loose as hell. Did you all see that? Not good. Not good, Billy Bobs. Matter of fact, we ain't playing with that anymore. Get off here. Wasn't the exact plan, but it worked. Alright, so I think I got a bowl around here to throw these bastards in. Until I make a bowl for them, we got okay. Poplar egg, another poplar egg, sycamore egg, olive wood egg, an edamame egg, and the massacre ebony egg. I'm gonna set these up here for a minute. I'm going to take a second to vacuum some of the potpourri off the table here. So, now that we got I drop you guys every damn time. Sorry about that. No, I don't think we're having breakfast yet. Jamie asked about him. I told him I'd turn some. Thought about making some egg holders for him, but I don't know. Also thought about making salt shakers out of them too. Salt and pepper shakers. That didn't really dawn on me until I seen the ebony and the olive wood beside each other, and I was like, that'd make a badass salt shaker set. Quick dad joke. What did the pirate say when he got kicked in the crotch? Menards. Good shit. Honestly, out of all of them, I think the edamame was probably the easiest to turn, which surprised me. The olive wood was the hardest for some reason. I don't know. What's up, Jeff? So I know Jamie's at church, but I still told him I'd get these turned for him so he could see them. You got poplar, sycamore. Grain on that one's actually pretty cool. Poplar, it's got still kind of a pointy end. It came off when I was working on the butt. The edamame, whatever you want to call it. The olive wood, which is not my absolute favorite, be surprised, and the massacre ebony. Let me get my center finder here. For today's bowl, we're going to turn this piece of maple burl, sent to me, of course, by Brad from Got Wood. And this piece of red grandis. Red grandis is going to be the lid. I make kaleidoscopes from those eggs. Oh yeah, you're gonna definitely get a hold of me and tell me how to do that. Sure, it's probably some kind of kit or something like that. Thank you, thank you. So plan on this is we're gonna round off the bottom, and then we're gonna do a drastic reduction as we go up, and like a little bit of a flare. I'm not gonna do a wormhole screw on this because I want to save the core out of this. The core is actually gonna go to a piece on the lid. We're gonna make the lid fitted. We'll dome the inside, and whenever it comes up, we're gonna give it probably about that much of a pedestal for the knob. We're gonna do a hollow in the knob, and then we're gonna mount a piece of the burl, and then we're gonna form that all together to make it look like it's one piece, or at least that's the plan. Yes, I seen the pistachio bowl he done, made it look like it was just chilling out in the afternoon, and he had to be somewhere real quick, so he's like, I'll just crank out a pistachio bowl real fast. So I think the best way to do this is to turn the lid first on this. It's just kind of like ass backwards from the way that we normally do it. Arthritis is a bitch. I don't know about you, but that sure as hell don't look like center to me. We'll find out. Move my eggs over there. Got eggs rolling around all over Helen Creation now. Dude, I'd love to have a 3D printer just for the jigs and the tools that you can make with it. I see those guys making that stuff all the time, and I was like, that is insane that they can do that with a piece of plastic string that punches out of a damn robot. Oh, so if you want to 3D printed file, get in touch. I got a shit ton. Yeah, Micah Wilson is a proverbial cornucopia of knowledge. Just throwing that out there for anybody that might want to know that. All right, maybe it is street. Fuck, I don't know here. That's not that bad. We can fix straighten that up. Cool. Move this over here so it's not in the way. And then come here, you heifer. We're still down in the lower gear setting on this, lower belt setting. It's not my normal, let's go to mock Jesus and roll with it kind of thing. you guys haven't yet, please like, subscribe. Like I said earlier, when I checked right before the stream, I think I was 25 off from hitting 6K. It helped the channel out a whole lot if you could do that. Really, it would. Just trying to hit 6K by the end of the year, and I'm a little behind on the deadline there. I don't know why the hell I'm using that, but all right. Alright, cut our tenon in this one. Actually, we're going to see what the outside of this looks like. Okay, we'll go ahead and cut our tenon in the back of this, or a mortise, I'm sorry. It's cold as hell today, that's all I'm saying. Weight down. Still gotta shore up the other side. The rough spots are ingrained wood. What causes the rough spots in wood? Yeah, ingrain, unfortunately. In here for a minute, just stabilize it while I shore up that face, and then we'll get the reverse tenon working on this side so I can flip it back over and sculpt the lid. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, T-Wiggles. Yeah, he's pretty good on it. Yeah. T-Wiggles, my bad. It is, for the most part, baby kisses. Not this piece in particular, but most blanks, if the tree is growing upright like this, the blanks are in the tree like this. They're not laying horizontal because you'd get the pith. They're upright. So if you're looking face on at a tree, you're actually staring at the blank like this. Okay, so just stand by, children. What have I done? Stand by for a second. I'm pretty sure I might have popped the breaker. Don't know how the hell I done it. Check the main real quick. Damn it. That's enough to piss off the Pope. Alright, we're living again. Sorry about that, Joe. Damn, I went all the way back down to 97 viewers. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's get back at her. I will say this red Grandis is really, really nice. Sorry about that, Joe. Could be very well it, Michael Wilson. It's not going fast enough. No, I'm trying to do things a little bit more the right way instead of coming in here and just cranking this thing to Mach 10 or Mach Jesus and then just giving her hell, you know. I would like to, I don't know, grow a little bit as a turner. Whole lot, actually. And that's nice. I should have got one of those a long time ago. Alright, so still need some love there on the edges and some sanding, of course. But I want to cut a like a decorative mortise in this long enough so I can flip it over and I can sculpt the top of the lid that's over here and the knob. So yeah, we're going to do that now. Pretty clean for what we're going to be doing there. Plus, I'll still be able to use this to stabilize the top cap. All right, we're going to sand inside this a little bit, and we're going to straighten up that outside edge. If you guys didn't get a chance to see the last live that I done, I had my wife out here who's never turned before, and she turned a black limbo bowl. And she done that shit like a badass, I'm not gonna lie. And then at the end of that, we nominated Ryan from 77 Rockets and his wife to take up the next leg in the spousal challenge. Still got a little bit of tear out down there, which I think I can take care of with the scraper. Get the smaller one out on this one. Tear out galore on this shit. Turn it up to a higher speed and sand the hell out of it is what I'm going to do. Took care of some of it. Still got a little bit right there towards the center. I don't want to jump in there where I'm working on that mortise though. Make sure that this is shored up. inside of that looks better. I do have that little bit of inclusion there, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Just to save our asses a little bit, I'm going to go in here and deepen this mortise. It's only about a 1/16 of an inch now. We're dovetailed. We can flip this. We can shape this now. No, Pablo, no. Yep, that'll work. Need you down here. You down here. You down here. You guys might notice if you watch the channel at all, especially over like the past couple lives, I am slowly trying to use strictly nothing but gouges and traditional tools on wood. Oh, that inclusion is going to be coming out there, trust me. I just got to gauge exactly how much of the lid I got to play with before I got that inclusion out of there. T-Twiggles, you seem like you're pretty knowledgeable about this stuff, man. Or ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't really look at your picture. You subscribed to the channel yet? Cool. Yeah, man, I don't know if how long you've been hanging out or subscribed or whatever, but dude, we got a good group of people here. And oh damn it, that was stupid. And they community here is awesome. So like there's a good chance you can pop on YouTube and somebody in this group will be on here turning, doing something. Bunch of good dudes and chicks. Really cool stuff. Yeah, welcome to the family. Shoots will be going live tomorrow at 8. about me is wanting me to turn the speed up way, way, way up on this. All right, so now we're going to take out this center. Handle's pronounced. Once again, kind of using our skew as a scraper. Now the knob on top of it here, I want to give it like a little bit more of a pronunciation. And I'm going to take a piece of the burl that comes out of the center on the driving, and I'm going to inset in that. So here in a second, we're going to have to clean this up, and I'm going to have to put a socket pretty much in the middle of that. Oh, it's still shitty. All right. What the hell was that? So we got here a whole bunch of tear out because it's jaundice, but we are going to cut into this, cut it up just a little bit, try to fight off some of that inclusion, blah blah blah. Sound like a dumbass. We still got room to come in on the top. Okay. Pop this out of the way. Now we're going to clean up this center pin right here, and we're going to cut in just a little bit to make a socket. Yeah. Slide this out of the way. There we go. Just sand the living dog shit out of that, because you know, why not? I think I lost a piece of the outside. I did. Got it too thin. All right, sand it. I'm not going to be able to get that out of there without backfilling it. Ugh, good God. Think that's better? Yeah, it's a lot better actually. Give that little knob on top a little bit of sanding action, and we'll work on the body of this thing. All right. Get this off here real quick. And then we'll chuck up this heifer. Got a inclusion there, so we want this to be, we're gonna make this the top of our bowl because there's a good chance I'll be able to cut that out. I think my dogs are eating the neighbor's kids. It's cool. I don't like those kids anyways. While I'm setting up here, please take a minute to like and subscribe. Check out my sponsors. The big shop sponsor is Gotwood LLC, also known as turningblanks.net. Use the code WHACKER, WHACKER. Brad's a hell of a dude. He's got a hell of an operation going there. Like I said earlier, he keeps the shop going, keeps it fed wise, wood wise, and he's just genuinely a damn good dude. Take a second whenever you get a chance to check out the other wood turners that are in here. There's a lot of them in the chat. Bunch of damn good dudes. Bunch of knowledgeable dudes. You got any kind of questions, they'll be the ones to help you out. And really like to thank all my moderators. I got some damn good moderators. I've got some damn good channel members. Couldn't really ask for a whole lot more. Except for more subscribers. More subscribers would totally set it off. That don't look straight to me. Looks like it's kind of wobbly. Oh yeah, she wobbly. Oh, damn, Billy Bob. We're going to send you to Jesus. Let's go. There we go. Now, all right. spot right there. Yeah, it's fucking sexy. Alright. This is a maple burl. Heidi, wasn't ignoring you. As soon as I get the backside centered up to where I get up here and shaping, I'll bring you guys in. But this has got some of the craziest burling and figure that I've ever seen in it, especially like right here. Like one side kind of looks like ghost flames, the other side's got like quilting in it, and then this one's just got this crazy ass pattern. Pretty cool. So I'm going to shore up the backside of this and cut a mortise and a tenon in this at the same time, just in case it would fail. Some burl are not as, they don't have as tight as a growth as other burls. Just it's a hit and miss thing because the burl is actually a defect in the wood. So we're going to shore this up. We're going to cut a mortise with a tenon inside of it. That way if one fails, we'll be able to use the other. Give it a little scrape. Yeah, we're good on that side. All right, so now we're going to cut the mortise. There we go. So, I'm going to move the camera back over here where y'all can see what the hell's going on. Now that we're not wobbling and acting all kind of crazy. That does nothing for that camera. That works a lot better. So all the way around this, like right through here, it's got this crazy growth patterns with like bird's eyes and quilting and chatoyance and all that stuff like that through it. So now that we got this, we're going to go ahead and round off this edge because the bottom of this isn't going to lose a whole lot of diameter, but the top is. I don't want to do a whole lot more rolling than that right there. Now through this part right here, we are going to taper that down and kind of roll that into the bottom. Yeah, it's like that. Finish up, taper up the line a little bit. There's not going to be a whole lot more shaping on the outside than this. Yeah, I know that might have seemed counterproductive the way I just done that, but there was an inclusion up here on the rim, and I really didn't want that to tear out. Okay. Awesome, she seems solid. Let's knock the damn mountain sawdust away. Shopback's gonna love me here in a minute. What's up, Mr. Wilson? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wilson is the best moderator on the planet. He's also a hell of a turner, too, so regardless of what he says, don't let him try to slide that shit past you. Go in here any deeper, any further. So we can take that in about another 1/8 of an inch all the way around there and then inset that. Cool. What's up, Boondock? You just now making it in here, bub? Cool. Hold on for a minute before we take off, people. The first part of this, I done some egg turning. Here is a Massacre ebony egg. The olive oil eggs, or not olive wood eggs. This is edamame. Sycamore. And these two are poplar. So there's, at the beginning of the video, or the string, There was probably about 20, 30 minutes dedicated just to turning eggs, man. What's up, Rockets? How's it going, brother? See where my lid is at on here. We can come in just a wee bit more and then roll that edge. Okay. Yes, I like that. We'll stand off. We can work with sand in that. Now, a lot of you guys, like, you've seen that anytime we get like a really good, decent piece of wood on here, like high-end wood, something crazy, we want to make as much use of it as we can. Normally we'd take a Forstner bit and run through the center of this to kind of hollow it out a little bit. I'm not doing that. I'm going to use my tailstock to stabilize it, and I'm going to cut on the sides of it, which is going to give me pretty much a piston in the middle of this. Once I remove that, I'm going to use that piston to make a matching top cap for this inset that I put on this lid right here. So let's do that. Well, we're missing not sure skill set, yeah, but blah 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 blah. Not fishing, just how I'm feeling. Get your ass in gear. You can do it. Hit me, vape. Damn it, that was bad. Turn that. Ah, that's the problem. Okay. Keeping up with what we was talking about earlier. I'm still going to attempt to do this without breaking out any carbides. I could very well be wrong on this, but inclusions like this and like where there's bark, stuff like that, it contains silica. And it's not great for like the edge on your tools and stuff like that. So if anybody's in the chat and they know more better about it than I do, let me know. I got a feeling that this one's going to be coming down here a little bit. Like we're not losing size on it. It's just moving around. But I don't want to try to use carbides on this. I've done this whole thing with traditionals only, and I want to kind of try to stick to that. Before we go any further, this fucking stupid daughter. Move this back for a minute. See where we're at on this. We're gonna get the fitment set for the lid before we start going deeper in there. Like a that. Just like that. Okay. So, that's piston tight. All right, let's hollow out the inside of this a little bit. We want to save this centerpiece. We don't want to touch this outside edge anymore. Except for sanding. We're going to sand the hell out of it. Dumbass move. An open inclusion can look good. Yes, it can, Dan. Had too much of a hangover there. I was getting, not a hangover, but I don't like that. I think this is a shop fox gouge too. About enough to piss off the Pope. What's up, Chase? How's it going, brother? Alright. So yeah, I didn't break it, but she just decided that she didn't want to live with the handle anymore. It's kind of a lightweight handle anyway, so I don't know if that's like a sign from God to just make a beefed up badass handle for this or not. She turns on there and I don't like that. So I'll ask you guys that are hanging out in the chat, mainly my moderators and my buddies in there. We broke 6K yet? I have? Hell yes, thank God. This is normally not the tool I use for hollowing all this, but you guys might have seen my bowl gouge kind of took a hit. So we got to make a new handle for that. See what we got in here. We're not nowhere deep enough. We're only about 3/4 of an inch to an inch in there, and we got every bit of another ½ inch to go. But I'm trying to preserve this lip as much as possible, and I'm really kind of salty about that. I don't want to use carbides on this because I've went this far on everything today without using any carbides. But it's a little bit of a pain in the ass right now. What we're going to do is we're going to start shaping down this. To make it fit that socket we put on top of our lid. Before we actually remove it off there. Need to reduce it a little bit more. Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Now we got to move this big ass monstrosity out of the center of here. So the reason we cut that off there is so we can fit that in there like that. And then after this glue dries and hardens, we're going to shape this entire thing. Get off me, heifer. Alright, so that might harden sometime today, I don't know. But it's sitting there, it's glued. Let's finish at the bottom of this bowl. Nana 2505. I am making a maple burl bowl with a bar wood lid. I made some eggs earlier from some domestic and some exotic woods. And just have a good time with the folks. Did I hit 6K? Hell yes. Finally. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you guys so much. Back a little bit so I can actually get in here and work some. Alright. We're going to make this. Oh, motherfucker. Get my depth checker here. We're at 1.25 inches right now. I want us to go to God damn, I'm stupid. I want us to go to 2 inches even. That'll give us room to finish up the outsides with the evening and not bump into the inset mortise on the bottom. So, yeah, there we go. I'm going to try to use this a little bit more now, but man, it's where it's loose, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Down a little bit. If you guys haven't yet, please check out the Push cuts for hauling. Okay. Don't know if you guys have checked it out yet. Last live, I had my wife out here turning. First time she ever touched the lathe. She's done a phenomenal job. As far as the push cuts go, I'm going to be a little leery of that right now because my shit came apart. It's hard enough holding in one direction. But yeah. I'll try anything once except for butt stuff. Get that done here, get our thinner if we wanted to. How deep that is. Yeah, fuck it. You only live once, right? YOLO. Yeah, we're not going a whole lot thinner than that. All right. We're going to sand this now. As soon as I get to my sandpaper drawer, we're going to sand that. Yeah. I have big. All right, come on. Where the fuck it is, guys? This thing has decided to be a pain in the ass of biblical proportions. We're gonna go with a 400. Looks real fucking good. Yeah. Get you out of here, little buddy. Alright, cool. Get out of the way. Stay over there. Yeah, boy. Give that rim some love, round it over. motherfucker. Man, that is fucking smooth. Need to give it some love on the inside here. I'm not going to be able to do that with the drill attached. That motherfucker. Come in handy, but there is some spots where you can't really use it. Now puts that on there. We know that fits, so we can take this off here in a second. We can work strictly on the lid. I don't want this to be pushed up and pronunciated or away from it like this. That's just the piece that it's attached to the socket. I actually want this to be smoothed over. I don't even really want it to look like it's inset in there. I just want it to be like a homogeneous piece of wood. That is a yard sale drill. Guys like that, the gears rattle in it, and I was like, I don't care, man. But that's what your grain looks like before we put any sealer or wax or anything on it. Turn this down real quick. I gotta pull out all the stops on this because my wife came in here like a big dick in the locker room the other day and just like straight tore it up on me. Really? Alright, we're gonna shape that goofy ass looking cone down now. Maybe. plan is to tie the top and bottom together by insetting this like that. Now we're going to sand her up. Might have gave the top a little too much love there with that. There we go. Alright, that's a full smooth over now. We're going to get this. What's up, impression? How's it going, brother? Let that dry up a little bit, and we'll hit her with some friction to kind of shine it. Thank y'all. I hope it turns out cool. I really do. Still got some spots that needs to hem up over here. Not as great as I want it. Not yet. Wait, that game is backwards. better. Okay. Hopefully here within the next little bit, I'll have some bumble shoots. Been working on getting that set up for a little bit, and it's past the holidays, so I know the guy's got a business to run. I'm going to try to pursue that a little bit more. All right. Turn that speed down a little bit. Oh, wow. Wow. Get you all over here. But if Bumbleshoots doesn't decide to want to work with me or anything like that, I mean, I'm perfectly content making my own shine juice and moving on with life. Ain't nothing hard feelings, nothing personal. I'm sure they'll message me back, but damn it, I don't know if y'all can see that shine on your end, but holy hell. I do want to try something. I've had this bottle of wood wax laying around here forever, ever. It's by Real Milk Paint. They sent it to me. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I can get the damn thing open, to be honest with you. It's that old. Table Vice says I can get the shit open. Our new wax says, fuck that table vise. Alright, so what's the inside this look like? Make sure we got everything in there. And we did. The bottom looks good. When I finish my turning crack, I will send you some. Okay. It may be baddest depression, but bald headed. Okay, what the fuck? What's the bullwood? Bullwood is a maple burl, and the lid is red Ibarra, however you pronounce it, I don't know. And then we saved some of the core whenever we were hollowing this out to make the inlay for the top. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that one. Kind of salty that I don't have any of my coins made up. I used my last one the other day to mount the bottom of this. But now we have a place to put all of our crazy ass eggs. You'll hold half a dozen. Maybe it won't. I would like to have something to make like a nest for those, but that's probably for a future video. This one's been running it right at 3 hours now. I desperately want to get inside, see my wife before she goes to work. But a chance to yet. Check out my last live stream. Wife straight up got out here for the first time ever using the lathe. Tore that shit up. Like she's got secrets that I don't know about. Kind of hot. Kind of upset about it, you know. To the channel. Gotwood LLC, turningblanks.net. Find by tool. There's a list of them on my main page there. And I've got some badass sponsors, I really do. They kind of make all this possible. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Hold on. Please check out the other turners. Other people in here. Good group of people. Damn good group of people. Thank you to my moderators. Michael Wilson, you're a badass. And a turner. And a badass turner. There we go. Sounds better like that. If you guys get a chance, go check out Robert G's memorial thing. And pay your respects, man. If you want to plant a tree, do something crazy like that. Just let the family know that you're thinking about him. He was probably one of the bigger members of the community. He was always there for everybody, regardless of what's going on. This is a comfortable ass hoodie. It's got a built-in thing here for hunting and shit, but it works great. Holding my hair back. Thank you. 6K is awesome. Other than that, peace. Love y'all. God bless. I'm out.